The Book of Adam and Eve, chapters 35 through 37. Chapter 35. Then the Most High Power of Israel looked again upon Adam and his weeping and groaning, and the word of the Most High Power came to him and said unto him, O Adam, when thou was in my garden, thou knewest neither eating nor drinking, neither faintness nor suffering, neither leanness of flesh nor change, neither did sleep depart from thine eyes. But since thou transgressedst and camest into this strange land, and these trials are come upon thee. The Book of Adam and Eve, chapter 36. Then the Most High commanded the cherub who kept the gate of the garden with a sword of fire in his hand to take some of the fruit of the fig tree and to give it to Adam. The cherub obeyed the command of the Most High Power of Israel and went into the garden and brought 2 figs on 2 twigs, each fig hanging to its leaf. They were from 2 of the trees among which Adam and Eve hid themselves when the Most High Power of Israel went to walk in the garden. And the word of the Most High Power came to Adam and Eve, and said unto them, Adam, Adam, where art thou? And Adam answered, O Most High Power, here am I. I hid myself among fig trees, and when I heard the sound of thee and thy voice, I hid myself because I was naked. We got a precept real quick, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Anytime something pops up that precepts along the lines of Genesis as far as Adam and Eve goes, we have to go back to the book of Genesis. Let's go. Now we're going to read Genesis chapter 3 verses 7 on down. Now, you know this is a blessing right here. When soon as you open the Bible, the Most High opened you to the exact page that you need. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I opened the Bible, I was right there. I was like, yo, oh, praise. Anyway, Genesis chapter 3, verses 7 all the way down until the last verse. And the eyes of them both were opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. So again, y'all, this is probably the same fig tree that the cherub bought them figs from, you know what I'm saying? So Adam and Eve could eat. But this is probably that same fig tree that Adam and Eve made aprons from. You know what I'm saying? Sewed fig leaves together and made aprons from. And they heard the voice of the Most High Power of Israel walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Most High Power of Israel amongst the trees of the garden. The Most High Power questions Adam and Eve. And when the Most High Power called unto Adam and said unto him, Where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, Who told thee that thou was naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree where I commanded thee that thou should not eat? And the man said, The woman whom thou givest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. And the Most High Power of Israel said unto the woman, What is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, The serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. Continuing back to the book of Adam and Eve, chapter 36. And the word of the Most High Power came to Adam and Eve, and said unto them, Adam, Adam, where art thou? And Adam answered, O Most High Power, here am I. I hid myself among fig trees, and when I heard the sound of thee and thy voice, I hid myself because I am naked. Then the cherub took 2 figs and brought them to Adam and to Eve, but he threw them to them from afar, for they might not come near the cherub by reason of their flesh that could not come near the fire. And all praise just to that verse right there. Let's clap that up. Because the Most High is showing you, you know what I'm saying, that our spiritual man is going to be able to withstand his fiery presence, his fire and his presence. That's what I meant to say. But his fiery presence, you know what I'm saying? Because the Most High, again, the Most High is a consuming fire. I'm going to try to put that on the screen right here. But the Most High is a consuming fire. So what do you think that all his luminaries are? His luminaries are also flames of fire. The cherubs, those are flames of fire. You know what I'm saying? The holy archangels, those are flames of fire. They bathe themselves in fire every day before coming to the world to do their bidding. They bathe themselves, you know what I'm saying, in the Most High's consuming fire. You know what I'm saying? So basically the cherub was being respectful to forefather Adam and foremother Eve by throwing the fig far off, just throwing it, you know what I'm saying? Because that cherub knew that it's a flame of fire, and that just being around Adam and Eve in their falling state in their fleshly bodies, they could potentially be burned up if that cherub got too close. Let's repeat that verse. The book of Adam and Eve, chapter 36. Then the cherub took 2 figs and brought them to Adam and to Eve, but he threw them to them from afar, for they might not come near the cherub by reason of their flesh, that could not come near the fire. At first, angels trembled at the presence of Adam and were afraid of him, but now Adam trembled before the angels and was afraid of them. Wow, all praise. Then Adam drew near and took 1 fig, and Eve also came in turn and took the other. And as they took them up in their hands, they looked at them and knew they were from the trees among which they had hid themselves. And Adam and Eve wept sore. Oh my goodness. The book of Adam and Eve, chapter 37. And the reason why I say, oh my goodness, is could you imagine once being an immortal being? You heard? Not knowing what death was, not knowing what heat was, not knowing what cold was, not knowing how the earth felt on the bottom of your feet because you were always floating, not knowing these things, and then for all these things just to be thrown at you all at once. I see why at the end of most of these chapters that Adam and Eve like sorely weep, like they're weeping sore, they're crying, bruh. They're crying because they've fallen. Similar to the adversary, but not as severe, nowhere near as severe. The reason why they fell is for a lesson. The reason why the adversary fell, hey, only the Most High knows that. You know what I'm saying? Again, like I said in previous videos, according to the book of 2nd Esdras, there's certain things that only the Most High knows about in the holy luminaries and all that. You know what I'm saying? The Most High even told Esdras, listen, Esdras, because Esdras was asking a lot of questions. Most High was like, listen, Esdras, there are certain things that humans, that man need not to know. You know what I'm saying? Certain things that we only keep up here in the heavens. And when it's your time, you will know. But right now, it is just not time for you to know these things. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same way with the fall of the adversary. You know what I'm saying? That's just a battle that we won't know about until we actually make it into the kingdom and we're able to sit down one-on-one with Messiah and chop it up with him and see exactly what happened in all details. You heard? All praise. But the fall of our forefather and foremother Adam and Eve was just a lesson. And I say a lesson because as we read in earlier chapters, that the Most High promised Adam that he will be back in that garden after a certain period of time. All praise. The book of Adam and Eve, chapter 37. Then Adam said to Eve, seest thou not these figs and their leaves, with which we covered ourselves when we were stripped of our bright nature? But now we know not what misery and suffering may come upon us from eating them. Now therefore, O Eve, let us restrain ourselves and not eat of them, thou and I, and let us ask the Most High Power of Israel to give us of the fruit of the tree of life. Thus did Adam and Eve restrain themselves and did not eat those figs. All praise, because they learned their lesson. They're way more observant with the world. They're way more careful now. You know what I'm saying? They're not tiptoeing, but they're making sure to cross every T and to dot every I now. Again, thus did Adam and Eve restrain themselves and did not eat of those figs. But Adam began to pray to the Most High Power of Israel and to beseech him to give him of the fruit of the tree of life, saying thus, O Most High Power, when we transgressed thy commandment at the 6th hour of Friday, we were stripped of the bright nature we had, and did not continue in the garden after our transgression more than 3 hours. But on the evening thou madest us come out of it. O Most High Power, we transgressed against thee 1 hour, and all these trials and sorrows have come upon us until this day. You know what I'm saying? And this shows you right here, because it says, O Most High, when we transgressed thy commandment at the 6th hour of Friday. You know what I'm saying? So that's showing you that they transgressed in the early part of Friday. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the evening, because Friday evening to Saturday evening is the Sabbath. So the book of Adam and Eve is lining up perfectly with the start of the Sabbath. All praise. Again, continuing. O Most High Power, when we transgressed thy commandment at the 6th hour of Friday, we were stripped of the bright nature we had, and did not continue in the garden after our transgression more than 3 hours. But on the evening thou madest us come out of it. O Most High Power, we transgressed against thee 1 hour, and all these trials and sorrows have come upon us until this day. In those days, together with this 43rd day, do not redeem that 1 hour in which we transgressed. O Most High Power, look upon us with an eye of pity, and do not requite us according to our transgression of thy commandment in presence of thee. O Most High Power of Israel, give us of the fruit of the tree of life, that we may eat of it and live, and turn not to see sufferings and other trouble in this earth, for thou art the Most High Power of Israel. When we transgressed thy commandment, thou madest us come out of the garden, and didst send a cherub to keep the tree of life, lest we should eat thereof and live, and know nothing of faintness after we transgress. But now, O Most High Power of Israel, behold, we have endured all these days, and have borne sufferings. Make these 43 days an equivalent for the 1 hour in which we transgressed. All praise to the power of the Son of Man, Abraham, Isaac, all of Israel, and the precious Holy Spirit. Father, I am that I am, and his only begotten Son, the Son of Man, the Redeemer, the Messiah, to finally come and save the small remnant of the lost sheep of the house of Israel, still trying to keep the high holy days, including the Sabbath, still trying to follow the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our abilities, even though there's a lot of them, and we can't keep every single one, but again, to the best of our abilities, to the wisdom that we know, we can keep all the ones that we know about. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, Israel, keep your head up and your faith strong in spiritual Jacob's trouble, because Orange Man is only going to make things worse. Orange Man that's in the capital, Orange Man is going to be the Israelites' greatest threat. With that being said, all praise Israel. Shalom.